Now we need to talk about maintenance. So you have the daily maintenance, which is essentially just keeping your toilet clean. I like to compare this to a porcelain toilet inside. You've got the little wiry brush, this little guy here. What you're doing with this is being able to go clean the inside just like you do with the porcelain toilet. Make sure you're keeping it all clean. That's pretty straightforward. But that is the extent of the traditional maintenance you would do on a regular basis. What I want to explain to you is the annual maintenance required with this toilet. There's 3 steps. The first is the urine tray, the scraper, and then moving the waste pile. I'll show you what that looks like. All right, cool. So to do the urine tray maintenance, what we want to do is pick up the white riser, this toilet seat. The way you do that is just lift directly up and pull back. And now we've created access to kind of the interior of the structure here. The urine tray itself is this piece here. Okay, and the way you get this off is one, you just undo this little doohickey here. Then put that to the side. The next step is you're going to reach under this and you're going to undo the white corrugated PVC pipe from the urine tray. Once that's undone, you will then be able to pull out the urine trap. And so after about a year of usage, this is going to be a little bit calcified because our pee has a lot of salt in it. There's going to be some residual in here. But ultimately what you want to do is just spray this down, clean it out, and add vinegar to the entire pipeline. Alright, so now that you've cleaned out the urine tray, next step is to get the urine tray back in. The way that works is you want to slide this back in, make sure that the urine tray is connected back to the white hose and that the overflow valve is being pushed up so that that is going into the overflow part. Kind of jigger it a little bit. Once it's back in place, get your little screw, push that on in, tighten it back up. Make sure this is aligned. Grab your seat, get your seat back on top. Make sure it lines up with your screws. And that's it for the urine tray. Alright, so that's the urine tray maintenance. As far as the other 2 main pieces, that actually involves solid waste in the back here. So you want to get into your decomposition valve. Got this handy stick here to help keep this open. Put it here, right there. Now we have access into the conveyor belt in the back here. So the 2 things we're going to do is clean the scraper and then move the solid waste back. This has been used very lightly, but I just want to show you what it could look like on an annual basis. Step number 1, go find a stick, a nice stick. Yes, really high quality. There's a good stick right here. To do the scraper, what you do with that stick is you want to get up underneath the conveyor here, and you'll see a little bit of buildup of TP and poo. And what you want to do is just scrape the waste off and pull this down as needed. And I just drop the stick in, and that's it. If needed, you can push the conveyor belt, the scraper down a little bit for more access here. So you can get anything that's stuck by going through there. Another thing that's important to note is there's actually a secondary scraper on the back here, which is used to make sure none of the waste is going back for the next user. So that's the scraping maintenance. Very, very simple. And for the last annual maintenance piece, it's very simple. I actually can't show you right now because there's not enough poop in here. But what you do is go get a rake. You're gonna take that rake and you're gonna move the solid waste from what we call the drop point, which is here, backwards into the decomposition pile. And over time, now that this pile isn't having new waste accumulate on top of it, this is gonna break down even faster. And so you're gonna move this pile backwards once a year, and you'll start to notice that this pile doesn't look like poop anymore, but more earthy soil-like. And that is it for the maintenance of the off-grid toilet. It's very straightforward.